caused this in an hour. Talking Angel has unleashed so many attacks that reports of her date back to 1989, which is impossible since mobile games didn't exist back then.
Reports date back to 1989, huh? Well, let's take a look at the past.
Their nationalist campaign. But after today, no one can doubt the level of support that those seeking Baltic independence can now command.
Soviet television reported that Baltic protest
This is the emergency broadcast system serving for the Boston, Massachusetts area. Please stand by, as important information will relay shortly.
This is the emergency broadcast system. A civil emergency message is in effect for all residents of Boston, Massachusetts and surrounding areas. At approximately 11:47 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, multiple credible reports were received regarding a highly unusual sighting near the Boston Common and Public Gardens vicinity. An unidentified female entity exhibiting anomalous characteristics has been observed. This entity appears as a humanoid figure with distinctive sea-like features, including pointed ears and tail, standing approximately 5'6" in height. It has been reported to initiate unsolicited conversations with civilians, asking personal questions about daily routines and family members. Do not approach this entity under any circumstances. Do not respond to its questions. Do not make eye contact if you encounter this entity. Immediately cease all conversation. Walk briskly toward the nearest occupied building. Notify authorities by calling 911. And as unable to safely reach shelter, cross the street and maintain at least 100 yards distance. All residents are instructed to remain indoors with doors and windows secured, keep exterior lights illuminated, draw all curtains and blinds, account for all household members, and avoid unnecessary phone use to keep lines open for emergency communications. Parents and guardians, verify locations of all minors immediately. Cancel all outdoor activities for children. Do not allow children to answer doors unsupervised. Businesses and institutions, implement lockdown procedures. Do not permit entry to unknown individuals. Postpone all public events until further notice. This is not a test. The nature and origin of this entity remain unknown. Local law enforcement and specialized response teams are actively investigating. Further updates will be broadcasted on this frequency. Remain vigilant and monitor local media for additional instructions. Thank you. This concludes this emergency broadcast system message.
complete with pictures of the Estonian flag. And in Moscow's Pushkin Square, police arrested
Welcome to Walt Disney Imagineering, the world's most magical dream machine. Hi there, I'm Marnie McPhail. Now, the people here at Imagineering create all those fabulous attractions that you'll find at Disneyland and Walt Disney World, like the upcoming Typhoon Lagoon, which, as you can see, is now being built into a large model. There is an exciting new pavilion in the works for Walt Disney World's Epcot Center called The Wonders of Life. And here to tell us a little bit more about it is the show's producer, Barry Braverman. Hi, Barry. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Marty.
What is the Wonders of Life pavilion?
The Wonders of Life is a pavilion designed to celebrate fitness, wellness, and the joy of being alive. And it can help keep it in good running.
We interrupt this program due to an additional emergency that is ongoing in this area. Important information will follow from the attention signal.
This is the emergency broadcast system. The following message is being authorized by the request of the Boston Police Department and the Boston Emergency Management Agency. New information has been sent out by the Boston Police Department. An investigation about an unidentified female cat entity was seen starting to cause extreme murderous attacks throughout the downtown area and breaking into people's homes and businesses with weapons, once seen by the local authorities and law enforcement. Multiple kills were also confirmed by officials, who report that the number of victims is continuing to rise as the entity moves unpredictably through the city. Law enforcement teams dispatched to engage the entity have sustained severe losses and are advising all civilians to remain indoors and not approach this entity at all means. Disobeying the instructions will result in extreme danger. Please remain alerted for further updates as they will become available. Thanks for your cooperation.
This concludes this activation of the emergency alert system.
Is this thing on? Oh, never mind, it is. Anyways, my name is Oliver Wilson. I am here just to give a quick recording message to the authorities about what's been happening during this day from an unidentified female cat entity that the emergency broadcast system mentioned yesterday, and it is likely it is still happening because no updates were issued or made, so I am going to check for myself if anything changes outside for this town. Well, let's go see what's up. Hey, there's a sign of this image on the ground. Let's go see what it is. Oh, what are those things supposed to be? Shadows? They clearly have white eyes and only dark skin over their bodies. There is nothing else that could make any sense. Wait, up. Now I see it's telling to flip the paper back. Probably there's a hidden message behind this. Well, let's see. Okay, it says, talking Lodi, talking Santa, talking Baby Hippo, talking Bacteria John, and more other talking friends groups will come up for you foolish humans. Be prepared for the consequences. Okay, this clearly doesn't make sense at this point. First we got this ridiculous rumor about an unidentified female entity is spotted doing murderous attacks. Whatever what she is doing is in this town out of nowhere, and now this. I quite don't get it. Now what? Will explosion happen out of sight just to make me get killed? I don't think so.
Santa Claus situation. Seek shelter now.
We apologize for the interruptions, but we are having an emergency alert that will play over the air on WXKS-FM. Please stand by for further instructions, as this will be vital for your safety.
Within the emergency broadcast system, the following message is being authorized by the request of the Boston Police Department and the Medford County Sheriff's Office. This is an emergency update. Reports have been received that 4 more mysterious entities across the city of Medford attacking civilians and destroying buildings in the past. Authorities report that these entities include the following descriptions. One appearing similar to a peppers, either figures wrapped in red. One resembling a small baby hippopotamus. One resembling a metallic robot with a digital voice. And one resembling a small, cartoon-like bacterium. Their actual names remain unknown, and their origins are still under investigation. In addition, the white human entity that was attacking over across the state of Boston has been identified as Talking Angela. Residents are urged to remain indoors, avoid all contact with these entities, and to wait further instructions from emergency officials. Stay safe and tune in for more information as they follow.
This is an emergency action termination. Please stand by.
All clear, I repeat, all clear. This message is being broadcasted at the request of the civil authorities. The humanoid calendar friends have disappeared. They were last sighted on August 24th, but now they have disappeared with no signs of them at all. All civilians are free to exit their bunkers and shelters. The damage will be repaired, and the United States remains standing.
This concludes this activation of the emergency broadcast system.
Shooter made, so I am going to check for myself if anything changes outside for this town. Well, let's go see what's up.
This is the emergency broadcast system serving for the Boston, Massachusetts area. Please stand by. As important information.
It's produced an enormous amount of anxiety for everybody involved.
This is an emergency action termination. Please stand by.